Leah from Denver Mobility, and we're going to talk about foam rolling for your IT bands. Yay, everyone's favorite. I teach IT bands just a little bit different than normal. They are the long, thin muscles that go along the side of your leg here. They're responsible for lateral motion, so moving side to side, things like that. There is a certain amount of tension that needs to be in your IT bands so that you can move side to side quickly and make sure that your pelvis feels stable. So oftentimes if your IT bands are tight and you just roll up and down lengthwise on your IT bands, your pelvis panics a little bit and tightens your IT bands further. So we're not going to try to lengthen them today. We're going to try to break up any adhesions that you have between maybe your quad or your hamstring. So if you get on your foam roller right on the side, so you want to be on your IT band obviously here, two options. You can put this top leg over if it's painful. If you want to put a little bit more weight into it, just stack your feet. Most times it's pretty easy to find a sore spot. If you need to roll just for a second to find a spot, that's fine. But once you have just a lovely, terribly sore spot, hold it there and then slowly bend your leg back like you're doing a hamstring curl, and then slowly straighten it back out. So this is going to help break up anything widthwise instead of lengthwise in your IT band. Oftentimes, after a couple of bending and straightenings, I'll put this leg back down and then roll this leg up and back. So it's like rolling like a log, just kind of from my femur, toe down, and then heel down a couple of times, and then I'm gonna move on. So if you don't have a lot going on right on your IT band, a lot of times if you shift your hips forward, that feels terrible. There's some adhesions that have formed between your quad and your IT band if you shift forward. Same thing. Oh man, I'm gonna start sweating. Same thing, just slowly bend and straighten on that spot to try to free up anything that's stuck in your fascia between those two junction points right there. So obviously, same thing goes for the other side. I would just maybe aim for about 20 seconds and then move your spot. So maybe 2 or 3 times on each side, depending on how tight everything is, and it should be enough to help give yourself some space and alleviate any pain that you're having from tight IT bands.